Hello, guys. Welcome back again. Got another video to do for you. Uh, my last episode concentrated on what was going to go on in La Liga in Spain and the Spanish top lot flight. I predicted Real Madrid to finish top. Not really a surprise. I think Barcelona are going to take them really close though this season, having signed Lewandowski. But anyway, we're moving on to the Italian league. We know last season we became a two-horse race in the end between the two Milan rivals, AC Milan and Inter Milan. AC Milan finished out on top, won their first title in over 10 years. I think it was 12 years or something crazy. Um, 12 years it was or something. And they won by 2 points on 86 points they finished. They had 12 wins at home, four draws, three losses at home. Away from home, it was even more impressive. They won 14 on the road, drew four, and lost one. But realistically, have AC Milan got a chance this season to go for it? A lot of the pundits are predicting Inter Milan to overtake them this season. Romelu Lukaku has just come back from being having a bad season at Chelsea. He's on loan for this season at Inter. Coming back to his old club, Inter have brought in a few decent players. Andre Onana from Ajax, a guy called Raul Ballanova from Bordeaux, most notably a name that we know from the past from Manchester United days a while back. Henrik Mkhitaryan's coming from Roma. Obviously Lukaku, as we mentioned, and then a few other players who. Oh no, yeah, Joaquin Carrera is coming from Lazio. He should be quite useful. He's been a key player for Lazio in the past. So Inter have got a good chance. You know, they've brought in a few decent players. Like I say, Lukaku coming back could be the difference between them taking the title off their bitter rivals, AC Milan. So AC Milan, they have strengthened, but they've also lost some key players as well. Got Diva Origi now. In any other team apart from Liverpool, and on form Liverpool over the last few seasons, Diva Origi would have been first choice striker in a lot of teams. He scored a lot of key goals for Liverpool in European Cup games, vital European Cup games, and in cup competitions in general. Um, I think it'd be great if he gets a regular start at AC Milan. He's come in for next to nothing on a free, pretty much. Joining him is Junior Messias from Crotone, which is a lower league team in Italy, and then Alessandro Florenzi, who's come in from Roma. I believe he's a winger or midfielder in general. So those two teams are strengthened. Now, Juventus are sort of second favourites to actually win the title. Now, they ran close last season. They finished fourth. But Juventus, as we know, the last few seasons, Juventus have sort of like lost it. They were dominating Italian football. I believe they'd won something crazy like 8 titles on the bounce or several titles on the bounce for a long time. Obviously, the retirement of certain key players. Cellini's retired. Well, he's retired from playing for them. He's gone over to America to play for a team over there. But they've still got some key players. Vlahovic, they brought in from Fiorentina halfway through last season. He got a few goals for him, but he is going to be their out and out striker this season. There's still Federico Chiesa, Enrico Chiesa's son. His dad was obviously a great player back in the 90s and the early noughties. I think Juventus have got a good chance, and they got Paul Pogba back from Manchester United. He not done much for Manchester United. He not lived up to the hype really at Manchester United. I don't know if he was a trouble causer or if whatever he was. He wasn't doing. He wasn't playing to his full potential. There was glimpses of how great he was. I feel his best will come back again at Juventus. Um, they've also brought in another former Manchester United player, Angel Di Maria from Paris Saint Germain. They brought him in, and they brought a guy in called Bremner, not Rory Bremner, the comedian from years ago in the 90s, or Billy Bremner, the great Leeds United midfielder of the 70s. But this one is Bremner. I don't know who the hell he is. He's from Torino. 45 million they bought him in. And then Cambiasso, don't know if he's related to the son of Cambiasso from years ago in the 90s. They brought him in from Genoa. So Juventus have strengthened Angel Di Maria and getting Paul Pogba back. Two really good midfield players, one a winger, one a central defender. Midfielder even. Really, really interesting to see. I think that could be the difference for Juventus because they've got some good strikers with Chiesa and also with Vlahovic up front. They've got some great players there. So I personally think it's going to be a two-horse race between Inter Milan and Juventus for the title this season. I think Roma are going to slip out of it. I don't think Divock Origi is enough to strengthen after winning the title. The Milan manager has obviously got cult status now because of achieving that success with AC Milan after a long, long period of time. But Inter Milan are definitely the favourites this season. Juventus are second favourites. Milan are third favourites. And then obviously Napoli. Roma's fifth with the bookies at the moment. Basically because of the Jose Mourinho side of it all. Mourinho's got in Matic, who was released by Manchester United at Roma. He's brought in Zeki Selik from Lille, an unknown quantity. I think he had a good season at Lille in the French league last year. Here's a really, really good one. A lot of people were talking about this for teams like Chelsea and that in the Premier League. Paulo Dybala has left Juventus on a free and he's gone to Roma. Now, that could be crucial for Roma because if he fires on all cylinders, if he gets back to how he used to be, Roma's got a chance of going for the title. Personally, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think their squad is strong enough like Inter Milan's or Juventus's. But it would not surprise me if Roma finished third or something like that. So we'll see what it'll be like. I think it'll be a fight between Roma, Napoli, and Milan for that third spot. And I think Inter will win. I think if I'm going to stick my neck out, Inter will win the title after missing out last year, and Juventus will finish second, in my opinion. So be interesting to see. I think surprise package could be Fiorentina. Luka Jovic has come after having a bad spell with Real Madrid. He showed a lot of potential before he got to Madrid, so maybe he picks that up and changes. Goalkeepers come in. Pierluigi Gallina's come in on loan from Atalanta, and Rolando Mandragora's come in from Juventus, which I'm guessing is like a young youth player, that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens there. I think Fiorentina and Lazio could be up there again. So we'll see what happens. It would be very, very interesting. Napoli, obviously, I've not really mentioned much about Napoli or Atalanta. Atalanta dipped off a bit last season after having a few good seasons. They finished in eighth position, which is not, by their recent standards over the last two seasons, not as good. They did have a fourth place finish, and they did have a fifth place finish in the last couple of seasons. So Atalanta's a useful team. They've brought in a few players, but I don't think it'll be enough for them to be challenging for the Champions League places. Napoli, if we're looking at who they've brought in, some lad from Getafe called Mateus Oliveira, Ostergaard from Brighton, sort of a fringe player at Brighton, Frank Zambo, who we know a little bit about from Fulham for 12 million, he's a midfield player, and another guy whose name I can't pronounce from Ruben Kazin. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I don't think that's going to make much difference for them, and they've lost Lorenzo Insigne is obviously sort of winding down towards the end of his career. He's gone to Toronto FC in the MLS. Khalidou Koulibaly, they're really, really good defender. He has gone to Chelsea for 33 million. Milak, who was a good forward player for them, has gone to Marseille on a permanent deal after being on loan, I believe, last season. Gennaro Totino even has gone to Parma. So there's a bit of, there's not much going on there that shows anything to me that Napoli's going to challenge for the title. Juventus, like I say, they've brought in the key players with El Di Maria and Paul Pogba. Those two have sort of like wavered a little bit, but they've got so much experience. I feel in the Italian league, they're going to excel again, like they have done in the past with other teams. I think Juventus will push Inter Milan pretty much all the way for the title there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Get behind us. We're going to do lots and lots of different content. My name's Jamie Carter. This is my review of the Italian Football League. Last season, Cagliari, Genoa, and Venezia went down into Serie B. It remains to see whether Monza, Cremonese, or I believe, what was the other team that got promoted? Let's have a look. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who ends up there. Oh, I think it was Verona, not Verona, because they did well. Oh, Lecce, that's it, Lecce. So we'll see what happens. Lecce were in a few seasons back. I think they did all right in Serie A and stayed up one season. Interesting to see what happens out of those teams. Monza, Lecce, and Cremonese. Obviously, Monza haven't been in Serie A for I think years and years and years. Cremonese, Lecce have obviously flirted with being in the Serie A in the past, but they've ended up going back down obviously to Serie B. See what happens. As I say, Inter Milan's my favourites in my book. Have a great week. I'll have more episodes coming your way. The next one is going to be talking about the German league and my predictions for the German league and who's going to win it. And have a great week, bye.